My name is Ben Valentine. I am 19 years old and I am a cybersecurity student at Full Sail University. I'm taking online classes and I am living in a transitional living program that has helped me become who I am and allowed me the freedom to express myself. And I am transgender and autistic, but I'm also a musician and a comic book writer and lots of other things.
How has creative expression played a role in your well-being and self-discovery?
As a queer person, I think that our own individual creative expression is sometimes all that we have. I identify as agender, which means that I don't really have a set idea of what I need to be or how I should be. I just kind of am. So how I express myself in that sort of like anti-binary way is through creative expression, dyeing my hair lots of fun colors and getting piercings and tattoos and dressing with like really unique thrifted items that nobody else I know has, and just being unique to myself. That's how I sort of get by, I think. So in this piece, I drew me, or at least what I looked like back in the summer when I drew it, and it has all of my favorite colors, and more importantly, it's got lots of sharks. Sharks are a special interest of mine and bring me more happiness than most other things. I drew them all around me to kind of give a visual representation of what goes on in my mind when I'm overwhelmed or overstimulated, or even just when I'm alone. I feel like my brain has a big aquarium in it where I can sit by myself in silence and look at the sharks in the water. But having this piece be part of a continuing conversation and sort of reflecting on myself, it makes me feel like I have a cool mind and a cool thought process.
What makes you feel safe and supported in your space or community, especially as a young, queer, neurodivergent person?
I think that the key to feeling safe and supported is really simple. It's not, I feel like a lot of the times places that are trying to be accommodating just come across as infantilizing and overbearing, overwhelming. Really the only thing that I need is a calm space and people who listen and just space to do my own thing, really. I think it's one of those things that people, they have no clue how to even start, providing a safe space for queer people or providing a safe space for people who are neurodivergent or disabled. So they think they have to do all these things, but really it is just like, Trinity Haven where I'm at, it's just a house, and it's just people who are nice, and I have my own room and my own space to do whatever I need to do. And I think that's really all what people need. I think a place where I really did feel that sort of freedom was, I'm still going to it. It is a organization called Easter Seals that helps autistic people with employment and getting jobs, and they sort of hold your hand through all of the steps, and it's very wraparound for all of your needs. And during the interview that I did with my case manager, I felt really safe to not feel forced to make eye contact. I could take breaks whenever I needed to. I was able to, sit how I wanted and didn't have any fear of how I would be viewed for not masking like my autistic sort of features that I have. And I think that's a great organization because they treat me just how everybody else does, or how everybody else should. And I feel really good when I'm in that space with those people.
Can I ask, like, is there anything that they, like, is there anything visual or anything they say that makes you feel like that? Like, how do they set it up?
I think it's just simple reassurance, like, if I need to ask a question again to be, like, I need a question repeated, or if I need the lights turned down, or if I if it needs something to do with my hands. They always have, little fidget toys or just different things that I can do to occupy myself so that I can be the most efficient in doing the stuff that I need to do with them. I think that before people want to go about creating that sort of space, they need to have real connections with people who are autistic, with people who do have different disabilities, and with queer people, because a lot of people who are queer are disabled, and vice versa. So you need to like foster strong connections with people in order to know what's best for them. For example, there are people in my life that they're the only person that I know that has like their disability. For example, I know somebody who has Tourette's, and before I knew that person, like, yeah, I knew what it was, but I didn't understand how to go about it, how to react to certain things, how to, brush certain things off and make the person feel comfortable when they do have, when they exhibit the thing that they have. So,
how does your art help you stay connected to your community and or advocate for social change?
I use my art to advocate for social change by getting connected with my local music scene. We often have fundraisers for Palestine, where like all of the ticket money will go to different organizations. We have a lot of like HIV and AIDS prevention people that come in, and we fund lots of stuff with the income we get from the shows. And so I make flyers sometimes, and I was briefly part of a promotion crew that would like hand out and stick on like telephone poles the flyers, and I also go to art walks where I look at different people's arts, and oftentimes the art walks I go to are queer centered and have a lot of people who are like me. And so whenever I'm feeling down, especially in sort of like a creative block, I like to go to art walks and see what everybody else has done. And if people like me can do that, then that means I can too.